In the account of giving the Torah at Mount Sinai, there's all this physical phenomenon that is happening. The mountain is shaking. There is a sound of a shofar that gets louder and louder. And there's lightning and thunder. And one of the verses in the Torah says, Har Sinai Ashen Kulo, that Mount Sinai was full of smoke. So we're told, it's explained in Kabbalah and Hasidut, that this word smoking, Ashan, has 3 letters, Ayin, Shin, and Nun. The Ayin represents Olam, the first letter of the word for world. The Shin is Shana, which is year or time. And the Nun is Nefesh, which means soul. So this word, smoking, Ashan, represents space, time, and soul. So the question, what does that mean? Why does the Torah have to tell us that Mount Sinai was completely filled with smoke? So we're told in the Midrash that the experience of the people was practically a once-in-a-history type of experience. God revealed himself in a way that he had never revealed himself before or after to mankind. So obviously the people's experience was also exceptional. And Kabbalah and Chassidut explained that all of the dimensions of space, time, and soul all merged together. In science, there's a word for this called synesthesia, where sometimes our senses cross. And this is represented by another verse in explaining the phenomena as what was happening at that time, was it said that the people saw the sounds of the shofar. So Rashi has to explain, what does it mean they saw the sounds of the shofar? It means they could see what ordinarily is only heard. And Rashi adds something that only happened at Mount Sinai. Now, it's actually true today that rare individuals also are able to cross their senses. But here we had an entire people experiencing all of the dimensions of space, time, and soul merging together. This is what the Midrash means, that the 7 heavens opened up in their experience of receiving the Torah. Now, this is a very, very interesting idea, especially in regards to modern science. Until 100 years ago, science and man only thought about the 3 dimensions of space. 100 years ago, Albert Einstein revealed that time also is conceived as a dimension, what he called the space-time continuum. In other words, you cannot separate time and space. They're part of one fabric that makes up the universe. So already the Torah was alluding to this idea of time and space. But what about soul? Where can we see that science talks about soul? So we actually see today in the cutting edge of quantum physics is the incredibly fascinating idea of how much does human consciousness affect reality. And quantum physics now posits that human consciousness is not a passive observer. It actually helps create reality. So when we look back at the account of giving the Torah at Mount Sinai, when it says that the mountain was full of smoke, Ashan, and we're told that the people had this experience of all of the dimensions, so we can understand it even today according to modern science, the idea of the merger of space, time, and soul.